Alright, now we're going to go in and actually read some of these replies that we've gotten. This is where the matchbook method really separates itself from any other MySpace messaging system out there, okay? We aren't just baiting these girls into messaging us back. We're actually building attraction from the very moment we message them. Now, a girl can only reply to you in 4 ways. Alright, 1 being she totally dug you and she's hooked, so she sends you back a positive and hooked reply. 2, she sends you back a positive reply, but she's not quite hooked yet. It's going to take maybe 1 more message for that. 3, she sends you back a neutral reply. And 4, a negative reply. I'm just going to take you through each one really quickly and we'll label them off. Alright, we're going to start with our girl Zoe here. Hey, you sound like an awesome ass guy. Hope we can talk more. Not quite hooked, but definitely positive. Next up. Alright, this is definitely a positive and hooked reply. And hell yes, I second that notion. It would explode and you know it. Big LOL, lots of laughing, exclamation marks. I can tell too. That is badass that you noticed. She asked me questions in it. Definitely hooked. Alright, what the this girl wrote me her entire autobiography. She also gives me her personal email at the end of it. This is definitely positive and hooked to like the 10th power, and not necessarily in a good way. Let's quickly move on. Alright, this is definitely a quality, positive and hooked message. Hey Mr. Man, I must say your intro was pretty creative. I give you bonus points for not being a Dallas tool. Haha, most guys throw some pretty cheesy lines my way and it gets really old, so kudos to you. Well, I guess if you have time, throw a line back at me. You're going to get that a lot, by the way, if you're using matchbook method openers, okay? These girls are getting hit on every day by guys who have nothing better to say than, hey, what's up, sexy, you know, what have you. When we throw out our openers at them, they're usually pretty shocked and they're usually, you know, willing to give us some credit for them. Alright, this is borderline positive hooked. I'm just going to play it safe, though, and say positive. She agrees with some of the things I said, basically reciprocates some value. I give it 1 more message before I hook her. Alright, this is our first neutral message. All she does is reply back with, haha, well, I'm glad you think that. Basically, a neutral message like this is going to give you that feeling in your stomach like, well, what do I say now? Okay, there is a way to handle these. I'll probably be able to hook her in 2 more messages. Alright, this is another neutral one. All she does is come back at me with a question. And what would the special prize be, she asks. All she's doing is asking me to give her more value. She's not reciprocating anything back to me. Okay, now if I were to continue this conversation, I'm not going to take the bait and answer her question. I'm actually just going to completely ignore her and move on to some more attraction building. Alright, this is definitely positive and hooked. Hello C, sorry that I didn't write back much. Alright, right up front, she qualifies herself and apologizes for not writing back too much. Alright, that's the first sign that she's already hooked. She tells me where she is, what she's doing right now during her day. I never even asked that. Throws in an LOL, asks me how I found her on MySpace. She's curious, talk to you soon, signs her name. It's definitely game over for that girl. Oh, and this is the same girl. This is the girl that messaged us twice. Alright, I actually guarantee you that what happened here is she messaged me back initially, and then later on she went and checked on my profile, and my profile raised my value that much more to her that she came back and messaged me a second time. So the fact that I have a high value profile is actually what really hooked her. Alright, here's another positive and hooked. Ha ha, your personality and mine combined would get us into lots and lots of trouble. That's kind of devious. I love adventure and love the adrenaline rush from doing crazy things. We would never do anything half-assed, that's for sure. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Definitely positive and hooked. Alright, this one is just positive. I'm not going to go with neutral. I'm actually going to go with positive because she says, oh really? LOL. So she wants to continue the conversation. She's kind of pulling what that other girl did by just kind of coming back with a question. But I think this girl, because she laughs and because of the way her question is basically just phrased, you know, oh really, kind of, you know, a little flirtatious in a way, I'm actually going to go with positive on this one. 1 more message and I believe she'd be hooked.